Welcome to another day of How to ABL. It is Snare season. Today is 9/14/2023, and it is Speed Female Day. I'm going to briefly talk about this rotation, show it in action, and if you want to stick around, I'll give you additional info afterwards. And if you've seen these videos before, you're hearing that in every video. I'm sorry, but I want to make these videos stand alone. So I'm going to be using Luna Snow today with a Rage. She does work with a Judgment or an Anger proc, but Rage is your best bet when it comes to ABL. Luna Snow's rotation is pretty simple. You're going to do a 5-4-3 delay cancel, and then you're going to spam 2, 1, and 6 as soon as they are ready. Try to keep your 5, 4, and 3 together. You are going to delay the 3 until you point at the sky. You just want the ice to be falling, so usually pointing at the sky is a good physical indication that someone else pointed out to me. It's kind of like a fraction of a second. It's not a full second, but that visual cue, if you see her point up and start getting that rhythm down, you'll know when to cancel. So let me go ahead and show you this in action, and then we'll talk about details, teams, and why my account scores what it is. I will point out one more thing. I typically use Wave Leadership. For me, she has outscored Misty Knight's leadership and Fury's leadership, even though Fury cannot be used today, and I score somewhere in the ballpark of about 9 million. So I'm going to be using Shuri with her new uniform today, so let's see how that does. The goal is to break 9 million, or get as close as possible to 9 million. In theory, if you math it properly, Shuri should be a better lead than Wave, but I guess we're going to find out. All right, switching right to Luna Snow, 5-4-3, point at the sky, 1-2. Go ahead and use that co-op ability there, and spam your abilities. 1, 2 as soon as they're on cooldown. 5, 4, 7, 3, point at the sky. 6 as soon as it's ready. Do not wait on 6, do not wait on 7. You can instantly cancel both abilities. Luna has the ability to cancel today, so I am sporting the Thor Striker. Thor has a great clear, and for whatever reason, the elemental damage and the clear that he has does fantastic for increasing your score. As soon as the sword's in the air, you can go ahead and use your 5. In fact, as soon as he's targetable, you can use your 5 because that snare from 5 is delayed. It's kind of late, so the sooner you can do it, the better. As I was saying with Thor, though, for some reason, Elemental seems to be doing a fantastic job. Let me get that orb. We know it dropped somewhere. There it is. So we know that Thor from the Elemental stuff does really great clear, and for that extra damage, I have him tier 4 with the Rage. Your Striker being built does help your score. Okay, popping 6. 2, 7. We're about to get that 4th one for that Oathn Force. Pick that up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you can see, it's spam, spam, spam. It is spam city left and right. Just keep that 5 and 4 and 3 together if you can. Everything else, just hit them as soon as they are ready. You do not have to stick with a hard 5, 4, 3. So if your 6 is ready before your 3, go ahead and use your 6 immediately. All right. So we got another... Ooh, I should have used my 6 right there. We have another orb that fell right on top of me, so we can continue to spam without having to hunt it down. Remember, with her 2, she skates away, so you can get pretty far away from the villain, for better or for worse. This is nice for picking up orbs, but it can work against you and screw up your canceling if you're not careful. So he's going to jump center. Cool. We're going to wait until he's targetable. I'm going to start with the 2-1, because, again, these are all spam, and then I'm going to use the 5 right there, and look at this. Boom. Cancel. As soon as he was targetable, I hit that 5, and that was still a cancel. It still worked. Ooh, crap. See, I can't cancel there. That's going to hurt my score. That little bit of time where I was stuck in place because I couldn't cancel will affect my score. It's not going to make or break it, but it will hurt my score for sure. Try to look for those purple beams of light when those orbs are dropping. If you can't pick up the orbs, it is going to massively affect your score, so you want to reset it. And you only have to cancel twice, so as long as you get your 2 cancels in, the rest of the time is just super spam. Alright, so one more time. A couple more rotations here. 25 seconds left. We've got the 2 cancels in. We have that Oathn's Force right there. We want to see over 9 million. If we don't see over 9 million, I guess Wave really is the best. Wave has to be broken or something. I've got a few people that have experimented with the Wave lead, and it seems like Wave lead is scoring the most for a lot of people, but not everyone, so it is kind of weird. Here we go again. We're scoring almost the same. Almost the same as a Wave lead. I don't understand it. It is what it is. As always, experiment. Experiment with different teams, build-ups, and uniforms. Don't listen to anyone, including myself. Try it out. Run it at least 5 times. Spam characters, scores can be all over the place. But let me talk about my account, my build, team options, and alternates for today. So if you've been here before, you know I show my cards and X swords. I'm going to briefly show them, skip right past them if you want to pause and look at them. I just show this so you know what my account is built like. 25% Pierce is what you want. 16% Pierce does affect my score, so one day I will be in the 25% mark, but in the meantime, I'm suffering from lack of Pierce. X Swords, there you go. Let's go right to Luna Snow. I'm going to go ahead and crank up the graphics so because I like it better. I turn the graphics down because of the lag that you can get on your system, which can affect your score as well. We have the Summer Lilac uniform and Mythic. Here are the options. If you do not have Summer Lilac, as long as she is a tier 4, I would consider using the Light Sirius armor, but she does way better with the Summer Lilac. I've got a Brilliant Rage. I do want to reroll this to Enraged. All attack is not better, and it's only at 1%, so I do want to reroll this at some point when I get more CTPs, just pointing that out. I do have her custom gear. It is only 3 stars. Higher the stars, the better, but her cold resist does increase her damage, so it is worth having her artifact. ISO 8 set, any of the attack sets, as I've said in all of my videos, 6 red stars is what you want to max that out. I have a POA on her. Just look at what your account needs because it can vary based upon your cards and how your character is built. Like I said, Thor is a great striker for today, and since I can self-cancel, there's no reason to pick a striker that's an instinct match. I know everyone's like, but why does that help to have someone who's not an instinct match? Because of his clear, and he's built well, he does increase the score, but try it yourself. If you get more success with an instinct match or you don't have a built Thor, just use an instinct match. Experiment. Don't ever take anyone's word for anything. Just take it as stuff for you to try out and figure out for yourself. I'm trying to explain why I'm doing stuff so you have the information to be making an informed decision for yourself. Here is all the stuff is amplified. I've got Odin's Blessings on her. She is definitely worth Odin's Blessings. She's kind of the unofficial queen of AB. There are other folks like Jean Grey who compete for that title, but she does an incredible job. Make sure your Urus are at least 5-star. I prefer 6, especially with a character this powerful. Here is the details page. Let me go ahead and move out of the side. I've got all the critical ones capped. Anything that is yellow means that's as high as it goes. The red is overcapped, so it's wasted stuff. Energy attack can't cap, 93,000 sitting there. And remember, I've got leadership. So if you go here and you have the symbol with a shield, it is leadership. You need that for the team up I'm going to talk about here in just a moment. Let's talk about the team I chose, team options you can choose, and alternates for today if you do not have Luna. All right, so I am using Shuri's leadership. She's giving 35% all attack by being in the leadership position. She has the new Marvel Studios Black Panther Wakanda Forever uniform, and all allies are getting 55% damage dealt to villains. Damage dealt is incredibly powerful. Shuri, I don't think she has an insight, but you could consider putting an insight on her. Some people like the damage she does for World Boss Legendary and stuff, so you don't have to. And my White Fox is sporting my insight, so I did not put one on Shuri. With White Fox, I do have a uniform bonus with the Lifestyle series, but even without her uniform bonus, she still do great. All superhero allies are getting all of these buffs. Make sure you pay attention to uniform effects when you are picking your characters. The main thing that White Fox is doing for our team is this right here, allies with leadership. Like I pointed out earlier, 65% of damage dealt. So that is an accumulated damage dealt of 120% increase of damage dealt. Beautiful combination there. To me, this is the meta team for today. Wave might be a better leadership option. You could also consider using Misty Knight, who does 60% cold damage. Apparently there's something with ABL and elemental attacks that just make it do better. I'm going to play around a little bit with Shuri and Wave to determine who I feel like is better. Alternate options if you don't have Luna. Gamora does a phenomenal job today if you have her tier 4. She is proc friendly. She is better with a rage, but you can use an energy on her. Black Widow is a viable option, but she is probably the worst option for tier 4s for today. But if you have her built anyway and you don't have other tier 4s, I would go ahead and use her. She does outscore the tier 3 characters. If you have villains, it is worth considering Black Cat for the leadership, but I don't think we have a speed villain today who's worth running, so you probably will not be using her. Wave is a fantastic option. She has 25% all attack for the leadership. Again, Shuri's is higher. And she has 50% damage dealt. Again, Shuri is higher. But for some reason, Wave with this uniform, classic, I don't know why, but I am outscoring almost all of my other teams. Other leadership options would be Maya Lopez. She is not as good as the options we just talked about, but she does have that 60% all attack. I would avoid using her. I would probably stick with Shuri, Wave or Misty Knights if you're using Luna. If you are not using Luna, you don't need that cold damage, so it's going to be between Wave and Shuri. Shadow Shell tier 4, Spider-Gwen tier 4, and Gamora are the 3 alternates for today. Even though in the past Makari did well, so did Kate Bishop, you don't want to use them anymore. We also have Mystique, who is a support option if you wanted to use her for support. She does do that 40%, and that's for all allies. Gwenpool is just, she's not good, not for today, and unfortunately Squirrel Girl doesn't really do much today either. You could try her with a Black Cat lead if you really wanted to check it out, but I don't think you're going to get much out of her. I would probably rank the characters as follows. Luna Snow with her Summer Lilac, followed by Spider-Gwen, and then Gamora. I'm debating which one would be number 2, and then Shadow Shell would be number 4. So you do have some options today. You can go ahead and run some of them. Hopefully this was helpful. May your ABL scores be as high as possible, and I will catch you in the next one.